Vacation wasn't the only thing happening at Woodland Cemetery today. Today marked the first day of the cemetery's annual tours. Each year, the Historical Society of Quincy and Adams County holds the fundraiser event to help take care of the buildings they manage and programs that they run. The tours consist of a walk around the cemetery and visiting different gravestones of influential and important figures from Quincy and Adams County. The tours also teach walkers about the history of why they had such a significant role in the community.
Well, I think anytime you do something in history, it's important that people know the history so that they have an idea of from where they came.
Tonight's tour was about those involved in the Battle of Shiloh. Next Saturday's tour will focus on influential music artists, and the following Saturday will focus on World War II. Well, it wasn't just sports